The NBA, a global symbol of honor, athleticism, and pure competition. But beneath the bright lights and billion-dollar contracts lies a story the league never wanted told. A story where the mafia, technology, and basketball collide in a game no one knew was rigged. When a federal indictment revealed NBA insiders tied to organized crime, fans were stunned. But according to one theory, this wasn't a one-time scandal. It was a system hiding in plain sight. The National Basketball Association has always protected its image. The purity of sport, the integrity of every play. But history has shown that wherever money flows, corruption finds a way in. In late 2025, the FBI unveiled two major indictments involving 34 individuals, including Chauncey Billups, coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, and Terry Rozier, star guard of the Miami Heat. Both were linked to illegal gambling operations backed by mafia families, the Gambino, Genovese, Bonanno, and Lucchese clans. The news shocked the world, but investigators soon realized this wasn't just about a few crooked bets, it was about control, and how deep organized crime could reach into America's most beloved sport. The investigation started quietly. An unusual pattern of bets flagged by sportsbooks in Las Vegas. Wagers were being placed seconds before injury reports, substitutions, and even timeouts. Too accurate to be a coincidence. FBI cybercrime units began tracking the accounts, following money through encrypted apps, crypto wallets, and shell companies offshore. Then came the breakthrough. Evidence led to a ring connecting NBA personnel, casino managers, and organized crime members. Among them, Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier. Both allegedly provided privileged information to middlemen who funneled bets through foreign bookmakers. The indictments exposed 34 names in total, many with long mafia ties. Agents seized millions in cash, digital ledgers, and devices containing insider data, but arrests were just the surface. Because when investigators looked closer, they found the same people were involved in another operation, one far more elaborate and profitable than simple game betting. It began in secret, underground poker nights disguised as elite, invite-only events for athletes, agents, and celebrities. But these games weren't run by the NBA, they were run by the mafia. Behind the luxury penthouses and designer tables was a full-blown technological setup. The FBI discovered X-ray poker tables capable of seeing through cards, marked decks, and modified shufflers programmed to control outcomes. Wealthy players thought they were competing fairly. In reality, every hand was predetermined, and every win was part of a calculated theft. Proceeds were laundered through cryptocurrency exchanges and fake real estate investments, a seamless blend of digital fraud and old-world crime. This operation wasn't small. It ran across cities: Los Angeles, Miami, New York, with profits estimated at over $80 million in 2 years. And that's when investigators made a disturbing discovery. Some poker players weren't just victims, they were insiders, and their access to NBA locker rooms made the next part possible. As agents followed the trail from poker tables to player networks, a new pattern emerged. Bets being placed with inside knowledge of NBA games, information only a coach or player could know. Terry Rozier allegedly tipped off associates about his early exits from games. Bets were placed minutes before official announcements, and every time, the wagers won. But Rozier wasn't the only one. Anonymous insiders leaked data about lineup changes, player fatigue, and injuries. Information that, when timed right, could shift millions in betting markets. The mafia used intermediaries to disguise these bets across dozens of accounts, creating the illusion of random winners while collecting profits in bulk. An FBI agent described it best: The Mafia didn't just bet on the NBA, they bet through it. These discoveries raise serious questions. Was this a modern version of the Tim Donaghy scandal, or was it something bigger? A systematic infiltration of professional sports by organized crime, powered by technology and greed. The answer led agents into the darkest layer of the operation. As evidence stacked up, one theory began circulating among investigators that this wasn't an isolated ring at all. It was a network. This hidden theory claimed that the Mafia, through modern data brokers and betting syndicates, had learned to manipulate odds algorithms across global sportsbooks. By feeding insider information and rigged outcomes, they could adjust live betting odds in real time, profiting before the public even noticed. Patterns showed synchronized bets placed worldwide, often within seconds of confidential NBA updates. The same accounts that profited from poker scams were also winning millions through NBA odds. To the public, it looked random, but behind the curtain, it was a perfectly timed business model. The deeper agents went, the more names they found: analysts, gamblers, even staff with league credentials. The NBA wasn't facing a single scandal anymore. It was staring at the possibility of organized manipulation at the heart of modern sports. When news broke, the NBA's response was swift: suspensions, internal audits, and a public promise to defend the integrity of basketball. But to many fans, it felt too late. Memories of 2007's referee scandal resurfaced. Social media erupted with hashtags like #NBAFix and #WhoCanWeTrust. Sponsors demanded answers, while bettors questioned every missed call and injury report. Critics accused the league of being more focused on damage control than truth, especially as the NBA's partnerships with gambling companies had exploded in recent years. Billions in betting deals had turned the league into a commercial powerhouse, but also left it dangerously exposed to corruption. The cultural shock was undeniable. For millions, basketball was more than sport. It was hope, competition, escape. Now it looked like business, betrayal, and profit. And beneath it all lingered one question: if organized crime could infiltrate the NBA, could any sport truly be safe? Maybe this scandal was never just about gambling. Maybe it was about influence and how quietly power moves in modern sports. The Mafia of old used threats and violence. The new Mafia uses data, access, and trust. Every text, every trade secret, every halftime substitution becomes a chance to profit. And maybe that's the real hidden theory, that the NBA and all major leagues have become part of an economy where integrity is currency and loyalty is negotiable. When players leak info for cash, when algorithms adjust before a whistle blows, what's left of pure competition? It's not about one player or one coach. It's about the system that lets profit sit courtside. Because once the crowd begins to question what's real, the game itself loses meaning. And that's the tragedy. Not just for basketball, but for every sport that believed it was untouchable. In the end, the truth doesn't always come with confessions. Sometimes it hides in silence, behind contracts, and in the spaces between headlines. This was the hidden theory behind the NBA's Mafia gambling scandal, a story that challenges what we believe about fairness, loyalty, and power. If the game itself can be bought, what else might already be for sale? That's a question we'll keep asking, one story at a time. Subscribe for more stories the spotlight wasn't meant to find, because the truth isn't always loud. Sometimes it whispers behind the scoreboard, and if you listen closely, you might just hear it.